Welcome back to Cape Critiquers. We watched episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again, Sic Semper Systema.
Is that like a phrase at all? Because I know like Tyrannus, Systema ever.
I don't know what Sic Semper means. I assume it's a Marine.
Which is like, I think it's like,
thing?
isn't it like down with
Down with the system?
I think like Sic Semper Tyrannus, it's like the fucking Roman thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
You
down
can
with
look it up.
tyranny.
Yeah.
Well, I down with the system would make sense.
Yeah, I'm
as the
sure it's
episode
Latin
title.
for something.
Thus always to tyrants. That's a lot better actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Thus
always,
always
the tyrants.
to system?
Okay.
To the system?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What fucking what does that mean then?
I
I feel like down with me would, yeah.
I don't know. Thus always the system.
system.
Well, I actually kind of like that. It's like Punisher's like, it's always the system with you.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't have time for your candy ass.
Hero shit, yeah.
That is what it means then, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Did you guys like the episode?
Probably my favorite episode so far.
I kind of feel like they've just been getting better.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening in this one around any nucleus of anything. Just basically around him. Just a lot of stuff going on. I even like some of the small quippy things, like the conversation he had with the woman at the
Yeah. Latvian.
court. Yeah, Latvian lady.
Yeah.
I just like some of those types of things. So there's a build going on, but nothing's.
You said there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like there was 4 things that happened in total this episode.
Well, things happen, but there's a lot of things going on around.
I do like the details and shit, but like,
Yeah.
I think it was, for me anyway, it was the best flow
Yeah.
in the series
It
so
went-
far.
it went by fast.
It kept me very interested,
Yeah.
no matter where they were and,
Yeah.
and who they were highlighting. But
There's still this
yeah.
weird structural thing that's going on with every episode where it's like scene, either B-roll of the city or BB report to transition,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
next scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
There is actually one great transition in this, and it's after Gandolfini and BB get into the cab or whatever, and then it immediately pans through the cab
Yeah.
right over to the store where that guy robbed
Yeah.
the caramel corn.
Yeah.
I wish there was more stuff like that just naturally brought us along
Right.
instead of
Exactly.
these hard cuts to just like actual nonsense, kind of.
Right.
So
Yeah. And I mean, even that scene, which basically meant nothing to anything,
that's what we said. Yeah,
but
it's a great
it,
scene.
It
but
was
it's a
still
good scene. Like
it still kept you interested. Like
Yeah.
I mean, personally, we didn't know who this guy was. I could care less if he spends his time in prison or not. But it was interesting the conversation between them.
yeah,
You
I
know.
have no idea what it has to do with anything.
Right.
though.
And he even dropped the scrolls reference.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute.
I just wasn't, like, I didn't give a shit about him at all.
Yeah, right. No,
No.
and I'm saying it was
And I
they
don't
dropped
think- are
this
we supposed to
character in
give a
that
shit
didn't
about
mean
him?
anything to
yeah.
anybody.
Yeah. I don't think
I
we're
was
supposed to
hoping he
care.
was going to be like Turk or something.
Yeah, I see a lot of people say that.
Was he in the original show?
Turk.
Yeah.
I always thought that Turk was supposed to be the guy that was like dealing guns.
I don't remember. But I rewatched this episode at 4 times speed today, and like I really didn't have trouble keeping up.
Yeah.
So, it's just like not
Yeah.
a lot happened.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, but even like you said, that even though he was a nobody, basically, we had no clue why this was important to anything. It was still, it gave me another view of Matt as the lawyer.
Yes.
It kind of brought him back to that. Yeah, what? I'm trying to push you through the system just to do my job, and then he realizes, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm doing. I thought I was doing good 10 days,
Yeah.
but you're right. It's going to cost them more to keep you in prison than the 5 boxes of fiddle faddle, whatever.
Well, but exactly, and even that scene was also a build. Then again, I still have no idea how he knew Frank was in the building. He just walked in there and upon Frank.
My theory is
that he stashed.
he
him,
stashed Frank, and that's why he's so confused when Foggy was stashing that one guy. He's like, "How are you stashing people?"
Yeah.
I just because like clearly he knows he's there, and I mean Frank's got the works apparently in this
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
dingy place.
He
Yeah,
definitely
he's-
does.
His gun rack,
Yeah.
he seems to be fine.
Yeah.
So
But this was like an episode where it's all catching up with Daredevil now. And then he sees Frank and he has the breakdown and he starts crying there. So, yeah, he's helping this guy and he's finding out, yeah, I'm actually not just helping, I'm just pushing it along. I'm just doing the system thing. So, and making that happen. Then he goes to see Frank and he thinks he's doing fine and finds out, you know what? I'm not doing fine.
what you just said kind of made me realize maybe the tie-in to that guy,
Yeah.
like the whole idea of the system and how it doesn't always work.
It doesn't. Because the guy's right.
Yeah.
They're gonna put me in here and it's gonna cost them more than what I did out there.
I
Yeah.
think my issue with it is just it's another thing. Like I've been talking about how this show just like is making plot points that like it's like a dead end, and it's like the only reason it's here is to make this point.
Yeah.
and vaguely connects to something else, it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. So
Yeah. It does matter, but only for the sole purpose of pushing one specific story element.
like they're just completely failing to mix scenes at all or characters. Like I was saying, it didn't have to be fucking caramel corn or anything, but like it could have just been Muse was somehow brought into it that way.
I don't dislike the way that he's brought in now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we could have had his real character or something, like his
That guy,
his
that
public
we
identity,
assume
I guess.
is him.
I don't know. It's just I don't know why we gotta care about this fucking caramel corn.
Yeah,
I just think that was there just to show the system.
Well, yeah, I know what it represents, but it's just like useless.
Yeah.
Or just like a waste of time.
I disagree. No, I think that was
Not useless, but like
No, but like for me, that was Matt realizing, I guess, foggy. He was just kind of going with the flow,
Yeah.
not doing the extra fighting that he's normally in court and stuff like that.
and maybe him sitting back saying, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm your attorney, and I'm not listening to you.
That's
I'm
right.
giving you what I want to give you.
Because it was everything he wanted. He was even excited because it was pro bono work.
Yeah.
It was everything that he was looking for just to make his day go by. And then he figured that out. I'm not doing this guy a justice.
And considering he just had the fucking white tiger killed
exactly.
Yeah.
for outing him, that's not a good
Yeah,
look
that's
either.
not a good look.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying that specific fucking caramel corn guy.
Yeah.
Like it's just
I
like
know.
why
Yeah,
It
I
seems like the same scene is basically happening twice, and it's done a lot better when it's the Punisher and Daredevil clashing ideals.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Also, maybe this will be the final note about it, but just like when the guy is like, "You just don't get it, do you?" And then Matt Murdock is like, just a whispered acting. That was like some of the worst performance I've seen from Charlie Cox.
Really?
Yeah, just like when he whispered to him. I don't know. It was like you have 30 days or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just bad acting from him.
All right.
I saw that as him being like a little disconnected from it. Like as the words are coming out of his mouth, he's sort of realizing this is bullshit. I'm making this up. The guy's actually right.
Maybe, I don't know. Just it was a weird performance.
It had a lot of hype moments for me, and it had
yeah.
people that I still can't stand the therapist. I'm sorry.
No, when we all kind of feel the same way about her, but I have a feeling, and I think AJ hit it on the head. I think he was the one who said that she's going to be hung by Muse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either her or Vanessa
Yeah.
or both.
I hope both.
Well, I hope not.
Honestly, they're useless to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa's not going to make it out of the season either.
Oh, definitely
Which
not.
is that's going to. This is pretty violent show now anyway. I mean,
Right.
we haven't seen an awful lot of it, but
Right.
it's definitely we saw it in the beginning, and now it's building, and we're going to see some heavy hitters go.
You think they're gonna get rid of that new Vanessa actor?
I thought she was new, but she's not.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just
No.
the same
And
actor.
that's why I kept saying, because we heard that she was to be new, and I'm like, she looks an awful lot like that other one.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the new one was like a fucking like half her age like Asian woman.
Jeez. I never saw any photos
There's
of the
something
new one.
like
I just
that.
heard about it.
There were photos, but then
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened to them. So,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even care to really talk about the production of this show too much.
speaking of Vanessa, though, I thought her talking about the dad felt forced, and it was just a very contrived way of giving that information.
Yes.
I think some of my least favorite scenes in the whole show so far are Fisk and Vanessa at the therapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because it's not believable.
No.
Do we have to do this? Like,
Also, like they're constantly fighting before therapy,
And they're not
and then
discussing it.
you're never really shown what happens in therapy. And when you
Yeah.
do, fucking Fisk doesn't say anything.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't care about Vanessa's past
Yeah.
at all.
What they got going on between them is not. I don't know.
It's not for public
It's not-
knowledge,
it's not
clearly.
interesting.
I could care less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You
the
know.
most interesting parts of it can't even be said in
You
public.
know, unless he's
So-
leading up to knocking her off.
Yeah.
I
Which I personally, I hope so.
I think it's going to
I think for me, it's either going to be Muse or Fisk isn't going to get tired of her
he
shit.
always leaves the door open. It's always, I love you very much, but I know it may not be able to
Yeah.
go back to the way it was.
And he
you know.
tells her outright.
Yeah,
So, it's not like
basically.
he's.
And I'm sure she knows too.
No, I'm sure she does too, and I think that's why that was brought up through the therapist as
Yeah.
well when she got pulled aside. And
I think that was maybe my favorite part of it.
Mhm.
Just like,
yeah,
and
Yeah,
then their conversation
exactly.
after about it.
Yeah.
Do I need to be?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like overall, though, I did like the things that happened in this episode.
Yeah.
But just again, like it was like 4 things.
Yeah. And I think the way that we're being fed them is you can pinpoint when one ends and another one starts for the
Right.
most part. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he said, the dead end. You know.
I did think like the Punisher Daredevil dialogue was like some of the best writing.
It's the best writing in the season, in my opinion. So
That conversation was so good.
You know, with your dead ends, though, certain things do open up again because Matt wakes up in the middle of the night and goes upstairs to his little hidden lair with all of his
Yeah.
outfits
Masks.
up there, masks and everything else.
I don't even know like what I'm trying to like say with dead ends, but just like the thing where it's just like you're making these things that only exist for this one purpose. I guess that's a dead end for me.
yeah, I see what you're saying with that. I think it's just overall bad structuring of episodes.
Yeah.
Marvel's had this issue where it's like, oh, every one of the shows is like 6 episodes, and this is going to be this type of episode, and this and that. And they've almost fucking transcended that in the worst way with Daredevil, where it's like just every episode has the same fucking structure, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's all cut up with these BB reports and just nothing shots of the city.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like for me, the best Marvel flow. Well, he had quite a good, but like Agatha recently, Agatha, because every episode was a new challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you kind of knew that entire episode was based on that, getting them to the end of that, and then the next episode was starting something else. Whereas you're right, Daredevil's kind of just throwing little pieces at you.
Agatha too, like there was never any moments of just like nothing B-roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything kind of at least had a purpose compositionally.
Right.
Like if there was not talking or something going on, they were showing you where they're off to or
Right.
where they've arrived to.
Yeah, and I loved, not that we're talking about Agatha now, but I just loved how they brought each character's like origin and into each different challenge,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So we got to learn more about each one as we were going along, which, I don't know, boosted it up.
And it didn't. I feel like something that this show is kind of suffering from is that they're revealing information when it's like easier for them to write. Like it's not like I don't know.
Yeah. Although still my favorite episode.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
I can't knock it too
Honestly,
much.
like I'd say for the Matt and Frank scene alone,
Yeah, period.
I think that is it's just so like leaps and bounds above anything else.
That was great writing, and for me anyway, it felt like it stayed so true to the characters that they are.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
That one line where Matt's like he's talking about Foggy and he's just like talking about his decency. And just like we won't ever
Yeah.
be that.
Yeah.
No. And
Yeah.
then the perfect with the tears rolling down his face. That was a great little scene.
Just I got chills when the Punisher was going, say his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the truth that he really hasn't mentioned his name since it
And he even
happened.
brought up his son. I mean, that's some pretty deep shit.
Yeah.
So.
I like the mention of Bullseye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get some Punisher and Bullseye stuff.
And he's going to spend his life in prison.
Yeah.
And then
What about Foggy?
did he
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
life?
even
Yeah,
just
I
like
think
saying
that's
like he got life, and then Frank, what about Foggy? Did he get life?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, just great writing in that
Yeah.
scene. Performances are great, obviously. Their chemistry together is just incredible.
Yeah. And seeing those two outside of it and talking with each other, you could tell that they just had fun doing it. Because when you see them together, like in interviews and such like that, they just joke. Those two were joking
Yeah.
about all that stuff. So it's pretty wild.
I mean, I honestly kind of felt Matt was really almost asking him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
that's he
you know
basically
what?
said, yeah.
There's a few people I really wish you'd get out there and fucking kill
Yeah.
because I can't do that, but I know you could.
Were
Yeah.
you asking permission?
Yeah.
It's come out now that Charlie Cox and John Bernthal at one point both were not happy with where the story was going.
Wow.
So I can only fucking imagine like what was set up for both of those characters
Yeah.
before this.
Yeah.
My question, quick question: why did he rush him?
My thing was like he's just been waiting for someone to fucking come in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was weird though, cause like they showed that he had the camera, so like
He knew he was coming.
I think
in.
he maybe knew and was just testing him.
Yeah.
You think?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's just
Cause I think
Wait,
maybe he
wait.
just wanted to get him up on his guard.
okay.
And he's probably not really sure why he was there in the first place. Maybe he was there to take him in for all he
True.
knew.
True.
You know.
I don't know. I just don't know why else they would show the camera,
Right.
the exterior shot.
Yeah.
I still don't know how he knew he was there. I gotta know.
But I mean, I'd put my money on that he was stashing him.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like
yeah, I would agree with
obvious.
that. Or at the very least, he was keeping tabs on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it also seems like Punisher's been out of the game for a bit.
Yeah.
Well, the long hair, the beard,
Yeah.
the whole
But he's
bit.
like,
Well, I don't know. There was some X'd out people behind him, so
yeah.
That's
well,
true.
also,
We don't know what he's been
what
doing.
he's been up to.
I
yeah.
saw something where there's like something bigger going on with. They keep mentioning Red Hook,
Yeah.
like by the
Yeah,
docks
that's
or
where the
whatever.
gangs are killing each other.
And someone on Twitter pointed out one of the photos on Frank's like exposition board is the guy in the truck that got killed.
Oh, really?
So he's onto something about whatever's happening in Red Hook.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's gonna tie into
Oh, I'm sure.
this season or maybe next or what, but
Isn't there that thing where in fucking the Book of Boba Fett, like the last 3 episodes just become the Mandalorian,
Yes.
season 2.5?
Yeah.
Like I wonder if they're fucking gonna do something like that with Punisher. You know,
maybe.
Well, he does
I
have that special.
even just for
coming
an
up, so-
episode.
We have a ton of episodes left, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like
Right,
early
yeah.
on, right?
This week is they're dropping 5 and 6,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Okay.
So which ones start the new
8 and 9,
8 and 9?
and it's the Loki directors.
Ah.
And then they're directing all of season 2,
Mhm.
as far as I know. Yeah.
The thing that bothered me in this was when Matt found the bullet. I don't know how he pulled that one out of his ass.
Well, that's what I said. You know,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
no, like, were they really not looking, or? But he finds it down in the
In this-
little
in
gutter
the-
there.
yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, it was confusing to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a
Yeah.
weird situation because like it was almost framed like he had fucking supernatural powers, like he could see through time, but it's just he knocked down this bottle and it
bottle.
went the
Yeah.
same
And he
place.
followed
well,
the sound of the bottle.
echolocation type of thing.
Yeah,
I
I
was thinking.
but that would help him find the bottle that he just moved, not necessarily
thought it was 'cause-
something that was stationary for.
Well,
the
it's because
bottle
the
hit
bottle
off the
just-
metal.
No,
Yeah.
I
the
don't know.
bottle. It was he just got fucking lucky. I
He
guess.
just
he
because
stuck his hand in it.
where the bottle had rolled
Right,
down and
correct.
fell, that's what he followed.
Yeah.
And then he reached around and found it in no time. But
Oh, he didn't even reach around.
Yeah,
he,
I know.
fucking, he just went
But
right
you're
in
gonna
on-
tell me that you
Can
know?
he not smell it though?
I don't know if he smelled it. Or
He
not.
smelled
I
it
don't
when
know.
he picked it up.
Yeah.
I was saying like, can he not smell?
The
casing.
more
Oh, I
than
don't
just
know.
smelling.
Well, I know he's more than just smelling.
But this was a police scene too, you know, and they
Well-
couldn't find it. Did they care? Did they not look?
Yeah,
Probably
the
not.
fucking
Yeah,
police.
it
The
was
the
police
White
killed him.
Tiger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they wanted to clean up their own bullets. Did they want to leave it there on purpose? Maybe.
because it had a
Because it
Punisher
had the
logo.
Punisher logo on
Probably. Yeah.
yeah.
And so far, Punisher has not really denied it, but we know it's not him.
Yeah.
But he sort of said
Fanboys.
those
You know,
fanboys and such like
Well,
that.
he's acknowledged. Probably the cops having the tattoo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The logo itself was engraved or drawn.
It almost looked like it was engraved on there.
You think?
I think it
Yeah,
was
I don't know.
engraved.
Well-
yeah, I don't know.
But like I'm saying to myself, if it was engraved, maybe he'd have to feel it. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's drawn on,
Yeah. How does he
How
know?
would you know?
how do you know what's on the shell casing?
Well, I mean,
He can like feel fucking ink.
he
on a
can also
page.
kind of
So-
like he can also kind of just see. Let's be honest. Like,
He can and he can't. I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean, I think like he can't see like fucking in just like pure color like the normal human eye, but like through whatever fucking weird like
Radar.
spectral
yeah, I
radar
think there's
shit.
even just like something where
Yeah.
like he can like sense heat on surfaces, so like he
Yeah.
can kind of see ink.
Oh, right.
Well,
right,
that's also
right,
someone
right.
was like, how the fuck does he ever know what costume he's putting on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can like see
they
the
all look
heat
the fucking
coming off
same.
of the different colors, and also like Braille exists too. So maybe
My other thing is, if he goes walking by a mural that's made in blood, wouldn't he be able to smell it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sense that that's something that's not right here?
that's a good point.
Onto the other side of this episode, we got Michael Gandolfini stepping up.
Green Deal
Yeah.
or whatever he says, it's great, but you know he's not gonna. It's not gonna be unionized. It's not gonna be, you know. And that became the bad.
Because he was
story.
drunk and like on ketamine or something.
Yeah, I fucking love the ketamine.
That's such
thing.
a funny fucking line. Yeah.
And there might have been some ketamine involved.
Yeah, it might have
Yeah.
been. Right.
Funny for a fucking Disney show.
I hate
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I hate the character. He
I'm not a
does
big
nothing
fan,
for
but
me.
what's going to become of him?
I hope he drops dead.
He's lucky he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's like. Is he gonna be new Wesley? I don't know.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I
they're
don't
they're
know.
kind of doing a thing where like Kingpin had like a son, so they might be doing
Yeah.
that. Where
Yeah.
it's like
I definitely got that vibe
They don't have the
when he
time,
spared
I guess.
him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what AJ said that night.
I don't know. I think it's the real world falling on me. Is he could be the nicest guy, nicest character, but you're following the biggest piece of shit, and you know he's the biggest piece of shit.
Yeah.
But you're kissing his ass through everything,
Yeah.
and
He's definitely kissed
To
the
me,
ring
I
this
just-
last,
I don't like
this
characters
last
like that.
episode.
I can't like a character like that.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
just-
yeah, he's definitely a perpetual kiss ass,
It's
Yeah,
a-
which I don't like.
and
That.
it's a gift to some
Continually-
people. But
We say how insane it is that
Yeah.
they called a lot of shit with this show.
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah.
This show had to be in the can before this, and
Yeah.
we see it happening. It's just unreal.
I do really like the dynamic between him and BB though. Just like an interesting pair up, I guess.
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing probably about both of them
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
their dynamic.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just like a thing in writing where like you want a contradiction.
Because
just
it's like
to
they
make something
are actually
interesting.
friends, but,
Yeah.
But
you
let's
know.
see what happens now that he's kissed the ring and then has an interaction with her later. Let's see how that goes. Because he said it's never going to happen again. But does it?
Picturing Tony fucking punching Carmela.
Well, so BB is the one that leaked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she made the story.
Mhm.
So wouldn't Kingpin want to kill her after this?
Probably.
Yeah, it could be.
It
'Cause-
definitely puts her on his shit list.
Yeah, because weren't they like in a meeting and they were like cool with each other? And
Yeah,
then
in the
this
beginning.
shit happened.
Well, I mean,
Because
like,
he knew that he could use her to
Yeah.
drop stuff that he
Yeah.
wanted to.
yeah.
But now that she's dropped something that he didn't want,
Yeah, now she's useless.
and now she's gonna. Okay, cool.
What
Cool.
was
So
the
no more
thing-
BB report after to this episode.
Well, we'll
right?
see. But
yeah.
Please.
he's not going to give her any information.
I fucking hate.
It would be like such a funny fucking thing if like we see her die and then there's no more BB report.
Yeah.
Like fucking B-roll. Yeah.
I do like some of the funny stuff that went on in this show was like listening to the kids sing.
That was pretty
And we
funny.
have one more. Oh, no time. No
Yeah.
time. That
Oh
was
no,
pretty
that's
funny.
okay.
And then just going to the Latvia.
And then they're doing the
thing,
same
and they're singing
song.
the same
Just
song.
the double mention of Latvia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, where you don't hear it ever.
Yeah, no,
and
you're
then all of
right.
a sudden in the same show you have two separate occasions. Oh, you must be from Latvia, you know. And then of all places to go to Latvia.
Yeah. Well, I think
Well, it's
Because it
because
was
it
a
was the
Latvian
day.
day or
it was
something,
like
yeah.
Latvian Heritage Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, who cares? They could have made it St.
Yeah.
Patty's Day for
100%.
I do just like
where the hell
that,
did
like, they do details well,
Mhm.
I guess, but like
I was
telling AJ,
I sent him a video and it was like, oh wow, this actually is a great episode. It's condensed down to 15 minutes.
it was just like a breakdown
right.
video.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I said, good. And then the end, introducing Muse.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
like the way that they introduced
That
Muse.
What, 3-4 bodies were hanging up there when the guy was looking around?
Yeah,
He's
that
being-
looks scary shit.
And he's being
Yeah.
drained alive. That's menacing shit right
Yeah.
there. That's
Yeah.
just scary.
Hope they kind of dive into some like more horror elements with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think they almost have to because
Pretty
that's
Do we
pretty
still think
diabolical.
it's that kid from the books?
I
I
don't-
don't,
I
I
don't
know
think so.
why they
this
would
guy
show
looks
him.
pretty big though.
Yeah, this guy looks hefty.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would show that kid otherwise.
Yeah.
I know. I
It'd be like a
would've
really weird
initially-
red herring.
Unless it's a
Yeah.
red herring,
Yeah.
exactly. You
Uh,
know, but
yeah.
it's-
They also had a caramel corn guy, so it might
Yeah.
just be that.
Who the fuck knows?
I think it might like in the cast. If you look at it, it might be the same actor. So yeah, credits.
at the end of the show, sitting with what's his name, Ken.
Oh, Adam.
Adam in the.
Oh, yeah,
in-
that was-
obviously there for a little while with a beard and longer hair.
Mm-hmm.
So he's taunting his prey or his food.
Yeah,
There, you know.
and then there was just like a very fucking like early 2000s montage of Daredevil using that thing that,
Yes.
that a million people have fucking posted online set to like wake me up, wake me up. And it's like because it fucking could. It was
Oh, yeah.
really weird scene, honestly. Just like this dark rooftop.
I fucking thought Kingpin walking down was like a dream sequence for a second, just because.
Yeah,
Yeah, it had me going too. I don't know where the hell he was going.
Because like he was in, because fucking Matt was in bed,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then it cut to that.
Yeah, with the painting
Mm-hmm.
with the blood on it, but just in like his fucking dungeon.
Yeah, I saw a detail another detail that I did like, where the food that he's eating there is like so much more
Yeah,
gluttonous
Yeah.
than like what he eats in public with
Mhm.
other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
He looked a bit bigger in this show.
That's what I even said to AJ.
Yeah.
I don't know if camera angles or what, but they made him seem
Yeah, he looked
more big
a
and,
little
big
more
and menacing.
ominous. Yeah.
So maybe that's by design.
I don't
you know,
don't
from
know
the
if they're gonna
beginning
make
till
him bigger. We'll see. He was like actually humongous in
No, he was.
the original Daredevil.
Yeah.
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 One other thing we forgot to mention at the start is we see Angela Del Toro.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
I can't believe we completely
Yeah.
went over that. We have she'll be the White Tiger.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah. And I told you I had heard or read something.
There was like that cut scene
Yeah.
with the amulet.
The amulet was supposed to glow when she came closer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
I don't know.
but yeah,
maybe
I think that's going to happen. There's
maybe
no
they
doubt.
thought it was a little bit too similar to Spider-Man.
Yeah, and what's actually pretty great about that scene is I think that actually plays into the system thing really well
Mhm.
because she's like he was just Hector from the fucking Heights.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah. I liked the scene, and there was like still thinks that, like, for me, the amulet is the whole fucking deal. Like, why would it still be there with his belongings if everybody now knows that there's this mystic
Fucking
amulet?
between, like, we know that, like, damage control and
Yeah.
like, shield exists.
Yeah.
Sure. You know, why would it still be there? And then she never asked him about it
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that entire conversation. Where's I'm here to get my uncle's stuff, or where's my uncle's amulet, or
Yeah.
Yeah, she just
You
wanted
know.
to see his body.
and she wanted to go in and see the
Don't
body.
even
and
think it's like you're not even like led to believe that like she's even getting
gonna
this
be
stuff
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Then he
she
walked
wasn't
her
even
out.
she wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
who knows?
And is she even of age to gather his stuff
Yeah.
alone?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think she's 18.
I mean, they weren't even letting the mom in there, so.
regardless though, I think she will become the White Tiger.
I
And-
agree.
Matt never really says that it was his fault.
No.
I don't think we're supposed to believe that it is, but
But
like,
he
it
doesn't
cle- it
believe
clearly
that. I don't
fucking
think he thinks it is either. That because he let everybody know.
That he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He led to his death.
Which I found kind of freaking weird.
It
you
is.
know.
It's like very contradictory.
I
it
was
is.
hoping he would be like crushed.
No,
you know,
I-
holy
I-
shit!
I
I had
ruined
this,
this man,
you know,
yeah.
guy
Yeah.
killed or whatever. But there was like just flowing it. No, you don't want to go in and see him. You know.
Yeah, that seems like the biggest mistake in the writing this season.
For this week, anyway. Yeah.
I'm just saying overall, just the idea that Matt would out this guy and get him killed,
Just like that. Boom.
and then almost pretend like it never happened.
Yeah, like he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I said that one thing about Spider-Man, and now I'm wishing we could just keep watching that show.
What, the Spider-Man show?
Yeah.
Friendly Neighborhood.
The amulet. Is that all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
think
for
that'll
me.
be it.
Finale.
Looking forward. Next week is
two episodes.
Two
Yeah.
episodes, which I may not have
Both
to watch
directed
till
by-
Wednesday.
Any ideas about what it's going to be?
Something with the Punisher probably, and then I don't know. Maybe Matt finally runs into Muse. I don't know.
I think it's going to be more. You may not even see the Punisher
I feel
for
like we
another
will.
episode or two.
I'm pretty sure in trailers and shit we've seen more of him, so.
I think Punisher's suiting up in one of these
You
two.
think? Yeah.
There's been a lot of the graffiti of Punisher stuff in the last couple
Honestly,
of
I
episodes.
think
and things like
they're
that.
both suiting up.
Next,
At
yeah.
least one of these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Daredevil
we're
definitely
gonna
is.
see-
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Daredevil suit up.
I
no
think
doubt.
Muse, no one's going to bump into. He's been keeping the lowest of low profiles. No one's even aware. But I do think it's kind of cool that he might have been doing this for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's doing this one body every week. Who's going to know that he's actually a serial killer?
Yeah.
Gathering paint.
But when people realize that all these fucking murals are made out of blood,
Yeah.
and then they realize the extent of where all these murals are, I think that's going to be like a scare.
Culture shock.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
New York. Yeah.
That's where the city's
A
really
shock.
gonna feel unsafe.
Oh,
Yeah.
unbelievable!
I wonder, like, if we're going to get any hint on, like, who's the victims.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I'm wondering, like, if they're going to make him some sort of anti-hero.
Right?
Is Muse in the comics?
Like
He's just a
20
really psychotic serial killer
Yeah.
that loves blood.
Definitely.
I think he also like. There's something about him I want to say that like he can mess with Daredevil's senses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I think I read that.
people's senses in general.
Something
I
like that.
remember.
Yeah.
Is he a mutant?
I don't think so.
It's like something where, like, he makes, like, a fucking void for, like, senses or something.
I wonder if they're gonna like play into his suit and just like how that white painting had that effect on Wilson. I don't know. Also, something I did notice: his suit is made out of canvas material,
Oh wow.
so that's kind of a cool detail.
Canvas like.
Painting canvas.
Wow.
Yeah, and his mask. And I remember the way he was breathing.
Didn't notice it.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
That was our review of Daredevil episode 4. Next we got 5 and 6.
We think it's getting better.
No rating?
Yep.
It's up to you guys. You want to rate it?
Yeah, I thought this was a
somewhere around
7, 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Around there.
I'm in the 7s myself.
6.5.
Yeah, I think it's getting better. I still have hope. I still enjoyed the early ones anyway. So
Yeah.
Throwing around a 6.
Okay.
Hope they have a
next two.
hope they have a hospital chase scene.
A hospital chasing.
Thing I've never seen, like, a bad version of.
Did it in the original Daredevil, the Punisher, the shotgun.
That's water.
Shotgun through the place. All right, we'll see you for the next 2 episodes, 5 and 6 of Daredevil,
Bye.
Born Again.
bye.